The rebound effect is often referenced in tandem with Jevons paradox, which is a subject that we've covered earlier. However, as a recap, Jevons paradox essentially states that if you make something more efficient, it increases its usage, which has a tendency of nullifying the intended efficiency. So for instance, an example of Jevons paradox would be lowering the cost of a product to make it more affordable. But after lowering the price, a billionaire comes and buys the entire stock. And as we know, one of the rules in economics is when demand is high, prices increase. So lowering the price gets the product bought out, which increases demand, which ultimately causes the price to go back up. This manifestation of an adverse side effect of attempting to make things better is referred to as Jevons paradox. The adverse side effect, or series of unforeseen side effects, is what is known as the rebound effect. Anheuser-Busch is one of the more recent companies that perfectly exemplifies the rebound effect. Someone's bright idea of inconsiderate inclusivity reportedly resulted in a $5 billion loss, a boycott, and creative comedic scrutiny.
That number is not true. It's not 5 billion yet. It will be.
Then, when Anheuser-Busch tried to fix it, that resulted in another rebound effect, where those who were in support of the controversial ad campaign felt slighted when Anheuser-Busch decided to suspend the campaign, resulting in an LGBT boycott.
You abandoned us at the very time when we needed it the most.
Mark Robertson, the co-owner of Two Bears Tavern Group, feels Anheuser-Busch abandoned the LGBTQ plus community after the company backtracked on a partnership with transgender social media star Dylan Mulvaney.
So Anheuser-Busch can't win from losing, caught in a whirlwind of rebound effects as a result of someone's attempt at rebranding an established brand. Which reminds me of a saying, change is good, but you also need to know when to leave well enough alone. Perhaps there's no rebound effect brought about by the idea of inclusivity more controversial than that which we are witnessing taking place in the narrative surrounding women. If the attempt at making things more efficient has a tendency to cause adverse side effects that nullify the intentions, then what do we call it when not only are the improvements nullified, but also completely obliterated? Now, no one could have predicted the compounded rebound effects that have resulted from a simple idea. Trans women are women.
Trans women are not women.
Trans women are women.
Well, I'm telling you.
You get in trouble if you call certain people names. They call females bleeders now.
What?
Now, feminism initially sought to create equal opportunities for women. Then other groups branched off from that initial ideology, still carrying the banner of so-called feminism. But instead of equality, this specific group targeted masculinity, labeling the patriarchy as their arch nemesis. Then suddenly, heterosexual men were the problem. First, they went after straight white men. Remember that? If a white man had anything to say about anything, he would be shut out due to the fantastic notion that he fit the description of the patriarchal poster child. But this was white women shutting them out of the conversation. Then before you know it, this article goes viral, labeling straight black men as the white men of black people. So it's not the fact that these guys are white and those guys are black, and the problem is not that both of them are men. No, the problem is that they were straight, implying that heterosexuality in men is the culprit to so-called patriarchal oppression, which is ridiculous. But this is the logic they were going with. Next thing you know, to spit in the face of these heterosexual imaginary oppressive forces, you had women championing the idea of men disavowing manhood and joining the ranks of women, as if joining the ranks of women would weaken the chances of yet another soldier joining the oppressive patriarchy to trample the rights of women. Mind you, while someone got the bright idea to dig in their back pocket of nonsense and pull out this bright idea called the Girl Code, which compels women to support women, especially when a woman is in conflict with a man. This Girl Code says to take her side in all matters, no matter what, by virtue of nothing but sharing the same gender. Now, this resulted in women unwittingly supporting other women who had the agenda to eradicate the dominant masculine heterosexual male. Yet, these other women would then turn around and they have the nerve to ask, where are all the real men? But they're watching these single mothers combating the patriarchy by softening their sons, dressing them as girls, staying true to the Girl Code when a heterosexual man points it out as problematic. And if a woman dares to break that Girl Code and join ranks with this heterosexual man fighting against this, she would be dragged by these very women that only operate on a Girl Code based off of whether or not you agree with them. Then Caitlyn Jenner gets Woman of the Year. Oh, everybody's clapping. Another one for the girls team. Now that Girl Code is starting to get questioned. Oh, wait a minute. But that's a trans woman, right? I mean, that's different from a woman, right? Well, what is a woman? But wait, what? Oh yeah. How's that Girl Code looking now? Someone breaks the women's deadlift record. Who? Someone else with a beard breaks the women's swimming record and racing and all of this. Wait, what? Oh, now women are outraged and protesting. Said the special branch of feminists. Trans women are women too. You remember that Girl Code, don't you? Men are toxic. Toxic masculinity. Remember that? Well, who do you think was consistently protecting womanhood when women were too busy worrying about solidarity?
These biological women, at least two of them, got the beaten out of them by Fallon Fox before they found out that she used to be a man. I'm like, that's not an issue to these people? And so this one woman said, she's always been a woman. And I said, okay. She impregnated a woman and got her pregnant. I go, what about then? She goes, even then.
They got names for women now. But if you call them a name,
that's crazy.
they'll shut your whole internet down.
That's crazy.
But
They trying to call them everything but a woman.
Right. And you can't call them nothing but a woman, and it's a man.
I mean, it's nothing actually wrong with what you're doing, I think.
Yeah, we believe in freedom over here.
I believe in freedom, but once you start taking away opportunities and they start to recognize you as a woman, you're taking away from women.
Yeah, biological women.
That's supposed to be a protected group.
Yeah. You're actually a man taking away things from a woman that was made for exclusive for women.
What is a woman? What is a woman?
What is a woman?
The word woman, define in the dictionary, go.
No, your sperm don't make you male.
Then what does?
It's a constellation.
In reality, in truth, okay?
Whose truth are we talking about?
You're a feminist, and you say anyone who has gender dysphoria can transition to become a woman at any time. And you're a feminist?
I am.
What women are you trying to protect?
All women,
That you
regardless of whether or not they've transitioned.
I wish you well in the coming situation where now as a feminist, you're going to have to live under the tyranny of men who think they're women.
So I'll ask again, who do you think was consistently protecting womanhood when women were too busy worrying about solidarity and the Girl Code to go after women who were selling them out and pushing this narrative when the whole media had you preoccupied with the idea of toxic masculinity? It was those same toxic, heterosexual, patriarchal, oppressive men. And the funny thing is, the war against masculinity rebounded into the war on women. Remove your protector, manipulate the women, avert their focus, compromise the children. A devising of a divisive narrative and machinations of inclusion and exclusion under the guise of leveling the field, and under the guise of freedom to autonomy, and under the guise of freedom to self-identify. But what you didn't count on were the rebound effects, all stemming from an ill-fated attempt to ameliorate by effectuating the very tyranny you say that you are in fear of. This is the rebound effect.